Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei Extras. Today we're going to be looking at the games that have been revealed for the upcoming MCC Pride event, and they're pretty interesting. A relatively typical MCC Pride roster with a little bit of a surprise, so let's get into it right away. This is the games. I don't know how easy it is to read, I'm sorry, I'll try to open it in a different tab and zoom in. We'll do it like this. Starting from top to bottom, Mart is back, which is expected. Typically, Mart only really makes an appearance in the what used to be non-canon events, but Pride used to be one of those. So, Mart's in Pride. Shocker. Ticketer side is in with a quote-unquote new map. I think this is a map that has been already played in MCC Island, but it has never made an appearance in the event, I think. Don't quote me on that. So, maybe semi-new map because it's on Island. Bingo But Fast is in a flower forest, it appears, which is very interesting. Hopefully, the bingo challenges are a little bit more dye related, which is very likely because a flower forest obviously has a lot of flowers available, and that is a wide variety of colors to work with for wool, beds, concrete powder, concrete, who knows, terracotta, there's a bunch of things. Banners, who knows. Maybe there's a bunch of sheep around too. I don't know how they code it. Next up, Ace Race, on a familiar map for your regular MCC players and viewers, but for Pride, this is the first time that we, I think, see Clouds 2, I assume that is. So that's very exciting. Last year, it was on Turtle Run, if I remember correctly, so nice little change of pace there. Makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Clouds has, like, rainbows, and rainbows are often associated with Pride Month because that's the Pride flag, so there you go. Meltdown's back, which is exciting. Meltdown was skipped last event, so it makes sense that it is in this roster. Battlebox is back on what seems to be a new map. It might not be. I don't know if it's a reworked version of the previous map because it seems to still be a little bit graffiti themed, but maybe it's an entirely new map. Who knows? I guess we'll find out in 2 days. Grid Runners is back, which wasn't in rotation last event. And Parkour Tag is also back on the Pride, I think, Dust Bowl or Pride Bowl map, which also wasn't in rotation last event, so very exciting. One thing that is surprising, though, is there's no Railroad Rush and no SOT. SOT kind of makes sense, because SOT is one of the more complicated games, and if you've seen the team announcements for the past, in the past days, there's a couple of players who have not really experienced MCC much, so it might be a little bit more difficult for them to play SOT. Railroad Rush is very interesting. It's a game that debuted in the most recent event. It's the newest game, obviously, in MCC, and it's not in this event, which kind of surprising. It's a teamwork game, which typically the teamwork-focused games are put in events like Pride, but it's not in this one, so that's interesting. And yeah, unlucky, I guess, unfortunate, but I'm sure we'll see Railroad Rush make an appearance later down the line. Maybe it's a game that just isn't going to be in the roster as frequently because it is a relatively simple game, so they might want to preserve it, and make sure to not overplay it right away. But we'll see. Anyways, that is the games for now. There's only 8 games, so no games will be skipped. I'm curious to see what the gimmicks may be for this event. Typically for Pride, there are donation goals that affect the gameplay, so we'll see what that actually entails. There seems to be no remixes this time around, which is surprising, but maybe they're ditching the whole remix idea. Maybe they're just going to factor that into the regular gameplay. We'll see, I guess. And before we end off the video, I didn't really have time because of other announcements and stuff to talk about the gay chicken and the theories surrounding the gay chicken on the pink team. I still have not really come to a proper conclusion on what this may mean, but it probably is a good, thing. There's a good reason behind it not being just a revealed player. It's already been leaked now that, according to CPK, that even the players were just told chicken, so it's a mystery for players and viewers, probably not for Noxru. I assume that it is an event gimmick of some sorts, maybe, at least, I assume it is one player that will be put on this team and will be revealed at a later time, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, probably Thursday, if I had to guess, or maybe even on Saturday. But I assume that this player will have some sort of gimmick involved, maybe related to the event, maybe related to something else. people mention something like chat plays, which is something on Twitch, where they'll have like Twitch plays Pokemon and the chat controls the Pokemon character. I don't think that'll happen because that is a little bit complicated, but you never know. Also, the main theory here still is that it is Tubbo who is on this team. We don't know yet, there's no confirmation, but the leading theories are Tubbo with some sort of gimmick, because they wouldn't just not announce Tubbo on this team if it wasn't for a gimmick. So either Tubbo with a gimmick, could be another player with a gimmick too. It's either a very high-profile player, according to what Callum said, which is a good theory. I'm just going to steal his wording. A high-profile player or high-profile creator, whether that's a celebrity or a YouTuber or a streamer, etc., who's on this team who is yet to be revealed, which I don't think is very likely because people like Michael Reeves and Ava Tyson are in this event just normally announced. So I think the caliber has to be very high for that to be the case, and I kind of doubt that that's the case here, because I don't know how many of the people on this team would know those types of people. I guess maybe Peace or Sneak would, or maybe Oppo does too, but I kind of doubt that. And the other thing is that it could just be a team of 3 with some sort of gimmick, which I think is unlikely. I guess we'll have to find out. I hope this gets revealed in the following days. Probably. It's not going to be an on-event thing that I think gets revealed. So we'll find out. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you're excited for the games. Unfortunately, no Grian for this build Mart, but hey, maybe another time. And who is the gay chicken? What is the gay chicken? I guess we're going to find out. I genuinely have no clue. Apparently some people might know, but I don't know for sure. I assume it's one player with a gimmick. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.